What's up YouTube, it's your boy Barcode. I'm back with another video. Today's video will be my last video on the hard mode siege battles. We're going to talk about chapter 12, the last chapter of hard mode. I'm going to bring you a truly free to play comp, reap you those 3-star rewards. So if you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell dingy thing so you know I post a video. Share this with your friends. I'm here to help you. Share it and help them too. Alright, got my fresh bald cut. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Chapter 12 spell is Nightmare Battlefield. What this spell does is it sleeps the whole enemy team, but 5 of your monsters goes to 1 HP. There's a couple things you need to think about. Let's go over my team comp and let's go over the strats. I'm gonna start with stage 5 because that's the last stage, and I'm talking about my team comp first. As you can see, when I duck down low, I'm using Verdi, but I'm not using the purple stone. I do have the purple stone, so if you have it, use it, but you don't need it. I'm not using any purple stones at all. All my monsters are level 13, which is easily obtainable as free to play. Got some level 12s in there, level 11. But the main things you want to consider is using a single target comp. Have your best runes on this team comp just for this chapter. You can change it later and bring 2 sets of immunity, along with Divine Protection. Immunity is a must in this chapter, especially in this last stage if you want a 3-star. Between the Pernas and the Nickies, if Perna gets a flame off and they use Nightmare Battlefield, you're pretty much dead. If Nikki gets her spell off, you're pretty much dead. Those are your real main concerns. Also later in the match, when it's you versus the back line, you have to watch out for the Nightmare Battlefield spell and then Diaz throwing out his spell, because all your monsters are going to be low HP at that point, and he can literally one-shot them. Obviously he would with their 1 HP. But even if you balance out your HP with McKean, at that point, your monster's balance is not going to be high enough to withstand his devastating blow. Let's go into the other chapters real quick. Chapter 1, the real only big threat is Perna here. Ganymede can be a threat, but he's usually slept at the time. Chapter 2, bring back Perna and Nikki. That's when the nightmares begin. But there's a real easy strat to just take on this since their whole enemy team gets slept, and I'll show that in the match coming up. Chapter 3 is just Perna. Nikki's in the front, so she's going to be dead anyway. Not a huge threat. Prelee can be a threat at the end, but if you're using Chain of Despair and saving it till near the end, it works out like a charm. Stage 4, Perna and Nikki again. Nikki's in second spot, so not too much of a threat, but still can be. Diaz can be a threat here as well, but Perna being in that last spot can be dangerous. Dangerous. But Perna in that last spot can be dangerous. Again, stage 5, Perna and Nikki are both in the back line. What you really have to do is save enough mana to be able to have to use your immunity or divine protection, having enough for Wusa, having enough for McKean. You have to see what spell comes up first as well. If you don't want to use spread damage, you can use like Blood Curtain or something like that, just to have some safety. But I like bringing spread damage because it's a time limit to get 3 stars, and you can literally knock out that front line really quick, or even the back line at the end. I'm going to show you the match real quick. Like I said, all green stones are gray stones. I had the Seek purple. I have the Vertiheel purple. I have McKean's purple. But I'm just using these stones and these lower level monsters to compare to everyone that's free to play. But if you've grinded since day 1 like I did, you should have some higher monsters and you can put them in. But I highly suggest going single target comp and bringing Verdi for the sustain heals, even without the purple stone. Real quick, here's my runes. For this chapter, I highly suggest reruning these monsters with all your best runes from your main ranked comp. That's what I did. I literally have all my best runes on all these monsters, except for like McKean and Wusa. I was like, whatever. This is a one-time thing to get 3 stars. Spend a little mana to get more mana over time and reap them rewards. Couple things to think about with this team comp. After the enemy uses the spell, you want to see what monsters are low on your team. Once you get Vertiheel's debuff up, anytime someone hits it, they will heal themselves. So this is good for your nukers. If any of your nukers are low and are chosen to go down to 1 HP, make sure to note that mentally and use them after the debuff goes on the enemy. This will heal them to full close enough, and then you can move on. Always watch the sleep debuff and know when it's going to fall off. If it's getting close to falling off, stop what you're doing. Save some mana for Wusa and McKean or Divine Protection, because they will start using the Perna, they will start using the Nikki. Here we go. I'm just going to auto attack, wait for them to use the spell, and I'm going to use Colleen or whatever sustain I have in the starting hand to heal up. Everyone is asleep on the enemy, so I'm going to use Vertiheel on the Coon to get the healing debuff up, and it lands. So that's great. If it didn't land, I would have probably just retried. I go with Finn, heals him up. Seek, big damage. I have him on rage with the crit stone. So now Preylee's left. I'm using Sophia. Sophia kills the Preylee, one shot, which is awesome. Now everybody is awake, okay? I'm gonna get some heals up. I saw I have Divine Protection in one hand, so I got 3 mana. That's all I need. They actually use the spell. I'm gonna wait. Everybody's asleep until he's low enough while that I can one-shot. Now it's off to Perna. I know Perna's going to go now. I use Divine Protection to get the immunity up and invincibility so no one dies or gets any flames. I use my Sustain here. Woosa's immunity with his stone lasts a pretty decent while, so I'm not too worried about Nikki when she wakes up yet. I killed Perna's first life. I see that I am, that everybody's awake now, so I don't use any spells because of Nikki. So I use Woosa, get the immunity up, get the shield. Woosa's so huge in this. McKean died early, which sucked, so Woosa's literally my only immunity. Verti-heal gets another debuff buff, which is huge, so I can heal when I do damage. I have spread damage. I'm waiting for him to use a spell. Armor 2, spread damage, healing debuff. I go ahead and use Sophia. Big line damage right there. Everybody slept. I'm going to use Seek. Big damage across the board. They're all low. That did wake them up though, which is fine. Nikki using a spell at the end is fine because the one tick won't go off. I auto attack Nikki. She died. Even if that first tick went off, maybe one guy would have died in the back line, but I still would have had enough to get to 3 stars. And that's how you beat it. Truly free to play. No common or rare card over level 13. No legendary over 11. No purple stones. Pretty good runes. But at this point, if you've been grinding, you should have some runes like that. So make sure to share this with your friends who are having trouble with Chapter 12, getting all 3 stars. Hopefully this helps you. Hopefully this helps them. And until the next video, you know what to do. Sub, like, ding-a-ding-a-bell. Peace.